Carissimi amici, buongiorno, benvenuti in una nuova puntata di Platform The New Together. Questo è il nome dell'evento che Platform andrà a organizzare dal 20 maggio al 30 luglio a Venezia, nell'ambito della meravigliosa location Scuola Grande della Misericordia e in concomitanza della Biennale di Venezia. Questa serie di puntate serve proprio a dare risalto a tutti i partner che hanno creduto nel progetto culturale che abbiamo creato, hanno deciso di sostenerlo e di utilizzare il sistema di networking diciamo che avrà luogo e avrà teatro proprio alla Scuola Grande di Misericordia per poter promuovere e raccontare la propria realtà industriale. Fra i main partners abbiamo una realtà veramente straordinaria di grandissimo interesse, una realtà internazionale che adesso andremo a raccontare introducendo il nostro ospite. Avviso che faremo questa discussione, questo talk in inglese, però do il benvenuto a Philippe Brocart, eccolo qua. Hi Philippe, welcome.
Hello, Simona.
And thanks for accepting our invitation. So, Philippe Brocart is Managing Director at Material Bank and head of Europe of this new platform. So, Philippe, today we wanted to talk about a very interesting initiative for the design world. I'm talking about Material Bank. That is an innovative and revolutionary platform for architects, interior designer, professional buyers can, through this platform, can search, select, and specify materials from a database in terms of a lot of brand and materials, for example, paints, flooring, fabrics, tiles, and so on. So, can you tell me how this idea was born and who are its founders?
Yes, this idea has been created by media entrepreneur Adam Sando, who owns a media company in the US. Is the publisher, for example, of Interior Design Magazine, Lux, Metropolis. So he knows about the needs of the architect and interior designer. And about 15 years ago, he acquired a company called Material Connection in the US, which is more a material library where architect, designer have the opportunity to discover very innovative products. So I would say that he was very close to the A&D community and very close to the material community. And when he was talking with architect and designer, like we can do every day, and he was asking about what are the pain points, what are the problems that you have every day, instead of, oh, what is the new project that you have? Most of the time, 99% of the time, the architect and designer were complaining about having samples of materials. And we all know that when you discuss with the clients on a project, if you have the samples of materials, it's easier to get a final decision, even for consumer. Okay, if you don't see the color of the paint, if you don't have, if you cannot touch the flooring, then it's very difficult to take a decision. So he really discovered that the architect and the designer really needs to have the samples on a very efficient way, and it was not the case, which is also the case now in Europe. Okay, if you want the samples of materials, it's a mess, it's a nightmare. You have to call 20, 25 different brands, ask for samples. Sometimes it's free, sometimes you have to pay, sometimes they have in stock, sometimes they don't have. And then really the idea of Material Bank was born. Okay, let's try to create a platform, a digital platform where you can source, you can search, you can order the samples. And if you order the samples today, you have the ability to receive the sample next morning. So that was the idea, which was mainly to simplify the life of the architect and the designer.
So I think that it's very, so I wonder to me that this platform is really sustainable, because yes, in terms of timing, in terms of materials, yes, and I think that. So, what feedback have you had from the professional world in this way?
Yeah, so different point. We in the US we had a very quick adoption, very rapid adoption from architects, but also from brands. Okay, so now in the US we have 500 brands on the platform. We have more than 110,000 architects and designers using the service. When we are talking about sustainability today in Europe, because the platform will open soon, you are working on a hotel project, you are asking for 20 different samples from 20 different brands, you will receive 20 box, meaning that there is 20 shippings, okay? With Material Bank, you still want to receive 20 samples, okay? But it's just one box and one shipping. So we calculate, for each shipping, what we avoid in terms of shipping. And the estimation today is that we have saved more than 3.2 million shipping of boxes of samples. So that's a huge impact on sustainability.
So I guess that to do these things requires a really logistical effort.
Yeah, so to do that, first we need to have a very strong tech platform. So that's the digital part of the business. And as you mentioned, we also need to be very strong in terms of logistics. Okay, so we need to have a warehouse where all the brands send the samples. Okay, and then we need to have strong partnership with shipping companies. So in the US, we have a huge agreement, very strong agreement with FedEx, okay? And we have the ability to discuss with them and to partner with them, to collaborate with them, so that when an architect places an order today, they have the ability to receive next morning. So that was a huge deal that we have in terms of logistic and the huge advantages that we provide for both the brands and the architect and designer.
Yes, I think that is very huge investment because I think that is very, very difficult to grow and a platform with this performance. What development strategy have you imagined for Europe? Because you are a managing director of Material Bank, but also head of Europe market.
Yeah, so Europe, I would say the needs are the same. When you talk with architect and designer in the UK, in France, in Germany, in Spain, in Italy, everywhere, you will discover that they need the samples, and it's quite difficult for them today to get it. Architects that work day to day on those samples, we estimate that they spend around 20-25% of their time just calling the brands, just calling the sales reps to get the samples. So the needs is the same. Now in Europe, we need for sure a warehouse. So now we have our own warehouse, which is close to Paris, Roissy, Charles de Gaulle Airport, because we need to be close to the airport to do the shipping. And FedEx European hub is based in Paris, so we need to be very close to them. So our hub is okay. So we have all the equipment. We start receiving thousands of samples in the hub. We have a European team because we want to have an offer of brands which is from Italy, from Spain, from Germany, from UK. So we have people in Italy, we have people in France, we have people in the UK, we have people in Spain and Portugal. We will have people in the coming days in Germany. So we really want to have all the brands that are able to deliver the sample, but after the product and the collection to the architect and to the designer across Europe.
Wow. So what is the cost to architects of this service?
So for architects, the service is free. Okay, but architect needs to be vetted. So we want to be sure that the architect will order the samples are real architect or designer and that they are working regularly on project. So if you are an architect, you want to use Material Bank, you need to pass a stringent vetting process. So for each request, we are looking at their website, their Instagram account, their LinkedIn profile, the email address. We want really to be sure that the leads that we will give to brands will be valuable, qualified leads. So it's free until you can demonstrate that you are a real architect working on project.
So, okay. And you are just started the promotion or Material Bank in Europe, of course, and you are partner of the New Together, our events in this way, in order to do a promotion on the architects, international architects and Italian architects. But so it's very a baby in Europe, your project now in terms of awareness. But how many companies, brands have you in the platform in Europe now? And how many is the target to arrive?
So we really started a year ago, mid-March, setting up the company, finding the logistic, hiring the people, building the team. So we really started onboarding brands, manufacturers in December, January. So as of today, we have around 180 brands that have joined the platform. So I would say that the feedback is quite good, because even for brands, managing the process of samples is not so easy. And the value that we bring to brands is that we connect them with architects. Okay, when an architect orders a sample, he must indicate the type of project, where is the project, what is the phase, and this is the information that we give to the brands. So we really give highly qualified leads to manufacturers. Okay, so the adoption is quite rapid.
So we has talked about architects even, but this service is also a great opportunity for the companies, for the brand, not only for the simplify the sample, the work of the sample, but also because in this way you are a sort of observatory of the works, right? Can you deeply explain what you can do for the companies, because it's not only the logistic works, but also the observatory. I think I mean it's a real value. Is this one, in my opinion?
Yeah, there is 2 points. The first point is that, as I mentioned, I am an architect. I go on Material Bank platform, I order samples, and I need to specify that I'm working for a hotel in Milan, okay?
Yeah.
And I am in the specification process, okay? So we get this information, and then we will give this information to the brand. So the brands know that this architect is working for this hotel in Rome, and he can contact him. And it really changed the way the salespeople from the brands work with the architect. So instead of trying to knocking the door every day, presenting the new collection, they have the opportunity to receive the leads, and the relationship is quite different. Then we also get a lot of data. Okay, so when a brand is on Material Bank, they have what we call a business intelligence tools, where they can see all the leads, but they can also see from where they are coming from, okay? And they can see what are the samples that are the one that really works, okay? And they also get marketing data so that they can see, oh, in Germany, the blue is okay. In Spain, this is the red. So they have a lot of data, a lot of marketing information, so that they can also adjust the product and identify what are the SKU or other the collection that works the best. So it's really a lot of different things. It's communication, because you are on the platform. It's interaction with the architect. This is also opportunity for salespeople, because they get highly qualified leads. And of course, it's also logistics. So it's a lot of different value proposition within one product.
Yes, but in Europe, in your opinion, what is the major plus of this platform? So the skill that, in your opinion, is the best part of these services.
It's really depending on what the brands want to do. You know, some brands they say, "Oh, the logistic is a nightmare, so I'm going to use Materialbank." Some of them say it's not so easy for us to enter into contact with architects, so this is more a business opportunity tools. Okay, and we discover, especially in Italy, that a lot of companies now want to enter into the contract market. And entering into the contract market is not so easy because you need to have the relationship with the architect and designer, and it's not so easy because architect and designer, they like to work on design, they like to work on the project, but they don't really like to spend all the day receiving people that try to sell the product and the collection. So it's really depending on the type of company and what they want to do. Some of them it's logistics, some of them it's marketing, some of them it's more about entering into contact with the architect and designer.
Yes, it's true. It's true. And so, how many people work in the Material Bank in USA and in Europe, or you are the headquartered also always in USA?
Yeah, so we are in the US. We have now, I think, around 400 people. Okay, meaning marketing, logistics, digital, tech, blah blah blah. In Europe, we have now a team of 20 people, but without the logistic people that we will grow. But a lot of, for example, all the tech platform, the product catalog, because we need to have all the product catalog in the platform. This is still in the US. So we work hand in hand with the team in the US, mainly for tech, digital, and product catalog.
So big challenge. Congratulations, it's a very big challenge, but I think that it's very interesting for this world, for architects, for companies, because we need the time is the best value that we need, and in this way we can save time and not only.
So I think in the US, it really changed the way the industry is working. It's not just a platform. It's not just logistic. It's really changed a lot of different things. And what we can see in Europe is that we have the same opportunity, and we think we have the same adoption from architect and brands. Now it's more about the execution. Okay. Being sure that we have the right offer, that we have the right brand, that we have the right collection. And Europe is a bit different because, you know, an architect in Italy could have a different option than an architect in Germany. So we really need to have enough brands and enough collection so that we can answer the needs of different type of studio.
Yes, and the last questions I wanted to know if in your strategic plan in medium terms you think about I don't know, Far East market or outer Middle East market, or you think that this service is probably more adapted for European and American market?
So Material Bank is launching in Japan in a joint venture with SoftBank. So Japan will start in the coming days now. We are looking. This is we will start. No, Europe is already 28, 29 countries because we have all the European Union countries plus Switzerland plus UK. So we have a lot to do with that. But we are starting to identify from our warehouse in Paris if we can also ship to countries like Turkey or the Middle East. But this will be probably more in end of 24. So now we are really focusing on launching in Europe.
But yes, of course, I believe a lot of work that you have to do. So thank you so much, Philippe. We ended our talking. Thank you for this information. Very interesting. See you in Venice. very, very near the opening. And so thank you so much also for the support, for believing in our events. Thank you so much.
And we are also very proud to partner with Platform. I know the magazine and what you do for many years. So when we started to say, okay, what can we do to start? What can we do to get visibility in Europe and Italy? And say, okay, we need to do with Platform.
So thank you so much.
Proud of it. Yeah.
Good work and good luck. Bye bye.
Thank you so much for your support and trust. Bye bye.
Ciao Philippe, grazie. Bye bye.